Hello and welcome to another chemistry tutorial video. Today in chapter 9 I will be going over molecular geometry. So if you're ready, I'm ready, let's begin. What is molecular geometry? Well, molecular geometry is used to describe the shape of a molecule. In order to determine molecular geometry, I have come up with 4 simple steps that if you follow them each and every time you do them, determining the molecular geometry will become so much easier and you'll have a better grasp at it. So step 1 is to draw the Lewis structure. Step 2 is to count the electron domains, which are the number of lone pairs, the non-bonding ones, and the number of single, double, and triple bonds, which are the bonding pairs. Step 3 is to determine the electron pair geometry, and step 4 is to determine the molecular geometry by counting only the bonding electron domains. Now here's an example. What is the electron domain geometry, molecular geometry of formaldehyde, and is it polar or nonpolar? So to help you easily follow along with me, I went ahead and drew step 1 out. So if you remember, step 1 was to draw the Lewis structure for formaldehyde, and in order for you to draw the Lewis structure you must know the chemical equation, and so the chemical equation is CH2O. So here I have drawn out the Lewis structure for you, which is carbon in the middle, 2 hydrogens on the side, and an oxygen on top. Step 2 is to count the electron domains, and to help you better see them, I have color coded them. So with the first hydrogen carbon bond is in green, the second hydrogen carbon bond is in blue, and then the third carbon oxygen bond is in red. So as you can see, there is 1, 2, 3 bonding pairs, and if you notice, hopefully you can see it, but if you notice on top of the oxygen there are 4 total dots, and those are the lone pairs, so that means there are 2 lone pairs. So take a moment to pause the video and go over what I have just told you, and hopefully you can understand it. So once you have drawn out the Lewis structure and counted the non-bonding pairs and the and the lone pairs, then you go ahead and look at this table that I provided for you of the molecular geometries and the electron domain geometries. And so just go ahead and pause the video to take a look at the list and see if you can find the answer. So as you can see by the circled answer, by the circle that I put in the table, you can see that it has 3 bonding electron pairs, 2 lone pairs, and then so it has 5 electron domains. And so the electron domain is 5, and the molecular geometry is a T-shaped. So once again, the answer is it has 5 electron domains, and the molecular geometry is T-shaped. So the last part of the question was to determine whether formaldehyde is polar or nonpolar. And by now you should know the difference between polar and nonpolar. And so once you know what the difference is, you will know that formaldehyde, CH2O, is indeed polar. So hopefully by now you become a master at how to determine molecular geometry. And that is all I have for you today. See you in the next one.